We need to have the conversation. Your partner wants to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space aliens. I'll save anybody. I don't care. I'll teach a hedgehog how to have a threesome.
What do you mean by that?
Look, you don't have to listen to me, but you're wrong. Listen, I know I'm great. Yeah. I'm just waiting for y'all to come back in. I had to reboot. If y'all hear me, give me a thumbs up, please. Let's go. Yeah, we coming in. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, we're back. We're back. I just want to give it a few minutes. So Wilver, you can you see the number, you can call in. Give it a little time, or you can call in and I'll pick it up and we'll wait for the live stream to everybody to come back in. Wilver Sepulveda. Gerardo Zamores in the building. Thank you. DJ Sneaker Freak in the building. Thank you. Thumbs up if y'all can hear me. Numbers are going up. I'm just waiting to think. Wilver, if you want, you can call in. The number's 929-269-4922. It's we're coming in. It's getting there. God, it's updating shit. This might go crazy, go down again. Let's see. Oh, my bad. The all right, sorry, the phone lines wasn't on. Give me a second. All right, phone lines are open. 929-269-4922. Call in. The phone lines are open. I had them on. I had the phone lines muted. So if y'all want to call in, you can call in now. 929-269-4922. Really, what I was talking about before was just before we were so rudely interrupted with the internet going down, but we're back up. If y'all hear me in the comments, please put your thumbs up, please. What's up, Renee? Spirit to Might. Okay. Yeah, call back now, Wilver. The phone lines is up. I had the phone lines turned off. You can give it a shot now. Sorry, people are coming in. I had to restart the whole computer. It's just about time to trade this one in. Get a little upgrade. There you go. Here we go. Oh, great. My God, it's not working. Well, give me a minute. Let me shut this down and then pump it back up. Open it back up. I got you. Bam. Yo, what's your name? Where you calling from? Call back. I lost you. Wilver, call back. But what I was talking about is having, I myself made mistakes where I didn't have direction. Wilver, call back. The phone lines are up. We in the building. 929-269-4922. I know you called a couple times, but look, there we go. Here we go.
to accept.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Dante, this is Will.
What's going on,
Jersey.
Will? How are you, man? I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
No.
The whole computer shut down on me. So, well, how can I help you, brother?
Yeah, so I left a voicemail a few minutes ago. I wanted to ask you a question about having your integrity questioned as a man.
Okay.
And also,
what do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by integrity is that, like, you know,
no, I know what integrity means. I mean, who's questioning it, and who has the right to question it, and why is this an issue?
Well, I've had it questioned by multiple people, not just family members, but people who used to be my friends that are no longer friends anymore. Oh, by the way, I'm a first-time caller. I just wanted to let you know.
My man. Thank you, brother. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for supporting.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Questioning your integrity in what sense?
Well, questioning my integrity in terms of, like, I'm a man of my word, right? So if somebody asks me, like, hey, I need you to do this, I'll be like, you know what? I'll get it done, right? Like, by what time do you need it to get done?
Right.
When do you need it to get done?
Right.
And then I'll do it, right? And then if for any reason whatsoever it gets delayed, I'm courteous enough to notify you and be like, hey, listen, it might take me a little bit more time for me to get this done, but I'm still going to get it done.
Right.
Right. Despite me doing everything that I have to do, you know, a lot of people, like I said, family members and friends be like, "Oh, you're not a man of your word. You're a liar."
But like, why would they say that?
I don't know. I mean, I used to be a liar back in the day. I was a very consistent liar, and I've had people tell me to my face, like, "Yo, you're untrustworthy."
When you say used to, how long ago?
Well, I'm 29 years old now, so I'd probably say about like 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago.
Okay, and when did you make that change?
After I got married.
And you've been married how long?
Married 4 years.
Okay, so you're saying you've been doing the right thing 4 years, and what kind of lies were you telling at the time when you were considered a liar?
I would lie about who I'm with. I would lie about where I'm at. I would lie about, you know, like how much money I have, or how, you know, if I'm a cheater or not. Those type of things.
All right. So here's what happens. It's way easier to tear stuff down than it is to build it up. So if you have a reputation prior to this, if you have a reputation, like if you think about it, like think about who did you have the most, like what family member, you know what, that doesn't even matter. If you have had multiple times where you didn't show up, right? And I say this all the time, if you're 85% trustworthy, right? That is the definition of somebody who's a liar and who's untrustworthy. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
You can't be it sometimes. You got to be it all the time. And if you set the precedent that you're an untrustworthy person, that you don't keep your word, that you're inauthentic, right? That's a stain that's hard to get out. The only thing you can do is just keep being righteous, and eventually you work your way through the fact that what people perceived you. And before, this is why it's so important to start off being honest, because once you lie, you lose all credibility. I'm an old head, but I don't know if y'all know, if you know Judge Judy, right? And Judge Judy used to always say, like if you get caught, like, you know what Judge Judy is, right? She's the lawyer, like a television lawyer. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
So
I'm familiar with
if
this.
you get caught in a lie, right, in the first 5 minutes, even a little lie, she would go, you have no credibility. And then everything that you say from that point on has to be checked. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if you spent years lying to people, you have created the same thing is true. You create a reputation to that you're untrustworthy, and it takes way harder for you to clean that up than it does for people to decide that you're a liar. You're a liar. All you gotta do is lie once, and then you're a liar. So this is why you have to be 10 toes down, 100% all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we expect anybody to be perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. But I think people understand overall when your intention is to be truthful and honest right out the gate. Do you understand what I mean? Like, if that is what your intention is, people are going to understand that. And if you have a series of years that you were deceptive and dishonest, it just takes time. And depending on the damage that you've done by your lies and your deceit, right? There are going to be situations and some people who are never going to come back from that. There's too much water under the bridge. Now, if you being righteous and they don't want to give you a fair shake, then there's nothing you can do about that. You know?
Yeah.
You got to just kind of rock out. And you got to, and I mean, does your wife think that you're trustworthy?
Well, I don't know, man, because I like, we're in the process of like just, we don't even talk to each other. I mean, I'll give you a bit of a disclosure so you can kind of understand the situation that I'm in, right?
Gotcha.
So, like I said, I'm 29 years old. As a job, I'm a Amazon delivery driver, and I have two kids, two daughters. One is 2 years old, and one is a couple of weeks. And I live at my parents' house.
Okay.
Now, my self-esteem is like really hurt because I feel I'm not really a man, or I can't be considered as a man because I still live at my parents' house. And besides that, my relationship with my wife is like, both of us don't want to be with each other, and I want to move out as soon as possible. Because
she lives with you in the house? Yes. Okay, so you do understand, and what is her take on you? Like, if I asked her, yo, what's up with Will? What's up with you and Will? What would she say?
I don't know what she would say, to be honest, but my assumption would be that, you know, he's a guy that just has an attitude problem, or has a temper, or doesn't know how to communicate with people.
Now let me ask you this. So you went through a situation. What got you to that place in the first place? What got you to the point where that was? So what's interesting is, even when I ask you, what would she say about it, right? You go, I don't know, but then you're rattling off a series of things that she would perceive that, because you know, and you probably know why she would say that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're admitting that, right? So this is a bed that you created, right?
Yeah.
And so understand something. I'm going to tell you something. You take this. I'm not going to, I got more to say, but the greatest thing about being a sucker is that tomorrow you don't have to be. You understand?
Yeah.
My question also is, how consistent are you with being truthful, being upstanding, not having an attitude, not knowing how to communicate? How consistent are you that now?
Truthfully, being honest with you and honest with myself, I'd say about 85%.
5% that you are, or 5% that you're not?
No, 85% that I am.
So you still lie? Yes.
Well, they're white lies.
Yes
they're
or
not
no?
like
Yes
lies.
or no? Yes or no? I'm not judging you. Yes. Okay. Yes. There's no such thing as white lies. Lies are lies. So this is a good time for me to cover this again.
Okay.
When you say that people are questioning my integrity, but your history lacks integrity. Your history lacks truth, right? Even now, you're making your wiggle room for white lies. You said you talk about white lies, and so here's something. Every guy that I've ever consulted with at some point in time are liars. 99% of the guys who I consult with, right? Secondly, the thing is, you don't think you're a liar because you don't lie about the big things. You ever cheat on your wife before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't cheat on her now, or are you cheating on her now?
No.
Okay. So in your mind, because you're not telling the big lies, you believe that you have integrity. And I would put to you that you're the same dude. If you are 85% telling the truth, if you're 95% telling the truth, that is the definition of somebody who's untrustworthy, who is a liar. Now, a lot of men in general, we think, well, as long as I'm not cheating, I'm not trying to steal nobody's money. We think that, okay, I'm a pretty stand-up guy, right? But what you don't understand is when you are when you're lying not to end up in a confrontation. So let's say you come home and you don't want to, something happens and somebody, let's say your lady says, do I look fat in this dress? Or because you don't want a problem, you say, no, you lie about it. The other thing is sometimes you're doing it because you don't want to. You tell what you call a white lie, is where you're being dishonest because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. There's also a situation where you're doing something that your partner or people wouldn't like you doing, and they ask you a question, and then you start giving yourself bail money, or well, it's just a little white lie. Understand something. It's just like what I said about the whole Judge Judy syndrome. The minute you lie, white lie, big lie, little lie, what your credibility is in question. It's all or nothing. So if you can even justify this as a white lie, you still don't have any integrity. And so the reason why they're questioning your integrity is because why should they believe you? I mean, you've told big lies before, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so let's say I know my analogy is a little bit. Let's say you get stabbed, right? And you get stitches, you're healing up, right? You get a scab, whatever, and then all of a sudden I pull the stitches out. Well, let's say I don't even pull all the stitches out. I pull one or two of the stitches out. What's going to happen?
I'm going to bleed out.
Okay, so my point is, it's got to be all or not. You have to do the whole process. You got to give it a full season. And if you haven't done that, right?
Yeah.
Then you're a liar. I mean, I know that's hard to hear, but you understand what I'm saying, yes?
Yes.
And if people didn't have trust from you in first, and you've hurt people with your lies, and basically you've hurt yourself more than anything, right? And they don't believe in you, they got a reason not to believe in you.
Makes sense.
If your wife cheated on you, and then all of a sudden she was like, look, yo, that was before, this is now, I'm good. But I'm going out with I'm going to Miami with my girls. What would you say?
I'll tell her, go right ahead. I really don't care.
Yeah, but you're saying that because you don't care. You don't want to be in this relationship. I'm saying, what if y'all were still together, y'all were into each other? What would you do?
I'd feel hurt. I'd tell her not to go if I still wanted to be with her.
Exactly. So you're living your life. You created this scenario with your wife where she doesn't trust you, right? You saying you don't care. I don't even want to be in this relationship. Meantime, you got two kids. You got one that ain't even walking yet, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And then you got another little one, right? And so now, because your bullshit, the bullshit you did before, right? You created this whole scenario. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You're living with your mother and your father. You're working. I mean, it's fine that you're working, but you created this whole scenario. And now you mad because motherfuckers don't trust you.
Yeah.
And then when I talk to you about your wife, you say you cheated on her. You say whatever. Did she cheat on you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I have my assumptions and stuff,
but what I'm saying is you create a woman is a direct reflection of the guy who she's fucking. So if she's a problem, right? That's your fault. You got 2 kids, you living with your parents, you going to work, and you all of a sudden now you upstanding citizen. Nobody but you. We don't believe you. You need more people. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you know that. But because this is hard for you, you want everybody to just clean the slate. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't believe that you should be in a relationship with somebody who's not willing. But when did you give the relationship a fair shake?
Also, since its inception, like before the marriage and even during the marriage, I give it my all.
You know, you did not. You just told me you cheated on her.
Yeah.
So when did you give it a fair shake?
I didn't.
And so now she doesn't trust you, right? You don't have your shit together because you're working at Amazon and you're living with your parents. You're living off your parents. Not living off the parents, but you don't have enough money to stand up as a man and go, yo, this is our place for us to raise our kids, right?
Yeah.
And then you expect her to do what? What do you expect her to do?
Just take care of the kids.
And she's and does she not do that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so and I'm imagining she's a good mom too, right? Because if y'all don't have a relationship, she must be a good mom, right?
Yeah, she does a fantastic job with the kids. She makes sure that the kids go to their medical appointments. She makes sure that they're fed.
So my point is, so you fuck this up. Excuse my language, because I don't want to get demonetized, but you screwed this up, and then all of a sudden, in your mind, you think you did enough to get past this, right? And now you mad because she don't want to just forget about it. My real question is, what have you done to help her get past it?
I mean, nothing really. I mean,
so you dislike her because you crapped in her mouth and she don't like it. And now I'm trying to, I don't care what she does. I'm ready to get what, how it, when I say that out of my mouth, does that feel like that's integrity?
No.
Do you think have you ever had a talk about her and admitted to the stuff that you've done screwed up?
Oh, definitely. We've had like 3-hour conversations where all we talked about was the stuff that I fucked up on and all the mistakes that I've made, and basically just laid everything out flat on the table of like, look, this is what I did. I'm admitting it to you, but since we've both made the mutual decision where from now on forward, like, you're gonna live your life, I'm gonna live my life.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Look, if that's the case, right? None of this is okay. This woman had children by you with the intention of giving you the family. I'm quite sure she didn't trap you, and even if she did trap you, you got 2.
Yeah.
So you must have wanted to have the 2. So you broke the trust. You put yourself in this situation. You haven't done what you. I mean, you said you talked about all the stuff that you're gonna live your separate lives. How, that still lets you off the hook. When does she look? I had a dude, one of my best friends. Always in and out of drugs, in and out of rehab. And I was producing a party, and he was selling tickets, and he beat me out of like $2,000, right? And he disappeared, and he went to rehab, and then he got clean, and he was like, "Oh man, I part of the 12-step program, which I think is a lot of bullshit." He was like, "Oh, yo, I just called to apologize, and I understand if you can't forgive me, but I'll accept that. But I needed to know you to know that I apologize, and I'm trying to do better." You know what I said? Where's my $2,000? You want this relationship to move forward? Where's my $2,000?
Yeah.
What you did was you took the $2,000, and then she says, "Well, where's the $2,000?" And you go, "Well, we just go our separate ways. You do what you want to do. You're the dirty dude. How dare you? You created this pain. You created these open wounds, and now you're not even willing to make an attempt to fix it when you should make an attempt to fix it, even if y'all don't work it out."
So what do I do moving forward in order to be able to do that?
You got to have a conversation with her and tell her that you want to do everything to win her trust back.
Even if she doesn't care what I say or what I think?
So of course she cares. You don't think she's mad at you?
Absolutely, she's mad at me.
Okay, so if she's mad at you and you decide, well, I'm going to do my own thing, right?
Yeah.
You think that makes her feel better?
It doesn't make me feel good, and it doesn't make her feel good either.
I'm going to say something. I don't say this a lot. Fuck you. Nobody cares how you felt. You caused this. You are the one that's supposed to have the authenticity. You're the one that's supposed to have the integrity. You're the one that's supposed to guide this family. You're the one that's the man of this house that has these children. What are you doing? And so now, because you spent a couple of years not lying most of the time, then we all supposed to jump around and act like, where's my $2,000?
Yeah.
Where's your empathy to see that? Put yourself in her place. You're supposed. She entered in this thing with you. Y'all have children together, and so really, F you and F her. The kids are most important.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just let her do what she could do it. Come on, dog. I mean, don't it sound when you say it out loud? Don't it just sound crazy? Don't you sound crazy?
Yeah. I mean, this is why I called, because I needed somebody to call me on my bullshit.
Well, let me say this. I'm not judging you. Something is going on that got you to this place in the first place.
Yeah.
There's certain way you were raised. Maybe your mama didn't love you. Maybe your daddy didn't. Whatever it is. And we could do that. I'm going to put it up again. One-on-one consultations. DanteNero.com. Click on consult. But that has to be dealt with. And but even in the context, where's your humility when you created this situation and then you ready to slide? You got 2 daughters?
Yeah.
What kind of example are you giving your daughters?
I'm trying to be better, man. I'm trying to be better.
I get that, Will. I get that. Then be better. What part of you not trying to make amends to your wife? What part of you not being a better husband? Because let me explain something to you. Your daughters will date the guy that you were.
Yeah.
Would you want that? You want
Absolutely
your daughters
not.
to date a guy who's living and the kids, she dates a guy where she got to move in with her parents with her grandparents, and her mother don't like you, your mama don't like you being there, nobody trusts you, you're living in your mom's house. She's seeing the animosity between you and your wife.
Yeah.
So what does she do? She mimics that, and she moves in with a guy in her moves in with her in-laws, and deals with her man cheating on her. I mean, because this is what you're setting them up to do. You do understand that, right?
I understand.
The kids are not listening to you. They're watching you.
So what do I do? What do I do, Dante?
You got to do it all. You have to make amends with her. You got to say to her, listen, I know this is going to cry, and I know maybe I can never change your mind, but I'm going to do everything in the world, everything in the world to make this better. And even if we can't fix this relationship, right? I want you to understand. I want to be the man that my daughters can look up to, so that when they get out and they're dating, they date somebody. I want to be the model that my daughters will want to marry. I'm going to treat them and love them so much, so good. And I'm going to love their mother and treat their mother with it. And I'm going to work hard to be all of those things so that I don't have to worry about my daughters won't make the mistake of marrying a guy who I was, and puts themselves in the same place that we are right now. And I know, and you tell her, I know that you don't trust me. I know that you don't believe me, but I'm going to show you. And then that next day, you do it. Date your wife. Y'all got 2 kids. You think she don't want a good husband?
No, she does, but she told me a couple years ago that she wanted the divorce, and I was like, all right, I'll give you the divorce, but I'll wait a couple of years for you to get your residency and for you to get your citizenship. So once you have that locked in, we can initiate the divorce.
Even if you initiate the divorce, you need to fix this.
What does that mean?
Everything that she thinks about you, she needs to think differently. There's no, okay, I'm just moving on.
I got it.
We have kids. It ain't about fuck you and your girl and your wife. This where you brought these kids in, and now you just, don't get me wrong. Look, my son is in England, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have no choice. I didn't lie. She don't mistrust me. She knows that I got her back. She doesn't think that I don't have integrity. She understands that I have empathy. That she whatever. But she made that choice. But she made that choice because her family broke her.
Yeah.
Her father, I've never met her father. She don't have no relationship, but she barely has a relationship with her mom. If she wasn't living with her mom, she wouldn't have a relationship with her mom. When I met her, she wasn't even talking to her mom, which I wish I had done, because I would have seen that there's no way that the way her mother is so detached from her and so inconsiderate, I would have known that something was wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
But her mother was so neglectful, is what actually makes my wife such a great mother, because she would never let our son go through what she went through. You feel me?
I feel you.
You got work. You got work to do, and if you got to do this work until she gets divorced and moves out, how old's your wife?
She's 1 year older than me.
And how old are you?
I'm 29. She's 30.
Okay, what I'm saying, do you really think she doesn't want look, here's what she wants. She wants somebody who she can count on, somebody that's got her back, somebody that's going to be a father to these kids, somebody that's going to treat her with the kindness that she wants and appreciate her for all you're ranting and raving what a great mom she is.
Yeah, she's a great mom.
Do you tell her that?
No. Well, actually, no. I'm lying. I told her that she
Stop. You still lying.
Go ahead.
You still lying. Isn't this whole call about you lying?
It is, but I did tell her 2 times that she was a great mom.
And how long y'all been together?
So we got together in 2017.
Doesn't matter. How long them kids, your oldest is 4 years old. How many times have you told her she's a great mom?
2 times.
You think that's enough?
No.
You still want to tell me you don't know what to do? Everything that you're not doing. Does that make sense, Will?
I understand.
You screwed this up. And I'm going to be honest, you can fix it.
I don't know if I can, bro. I feel like I'm a piece of shit, man.
You know what?
I'm a piece of shit.
You know what the greatest thing about being a piece of shit?
What's that?
Tomorrow you don't have to be. You feel me?
I feel you.
Now you're not, just because you change and you make this change, everybody's not gonna go, oh my God, Will's been doing the right thing for 6 days. That ain't gonna happen. It may take years.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to when you get off the phone, listen to this song by Teddy Pendergrass. It's called "You Can't Hide from Yourself."
Teddy Pendergrass?
Yeah, I believe that's the song. In the chat, is that the song I'm looking for?
Teddy Pendergrass. What's the name of the song?
You Can't Hide from Yourself.
You can't hide from yourself.
The lyrics says, you can't hide from yourself. Everywhere you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Listen to the song. Listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
And if you get a chance, get a consultation, because there's something else going on here. There's there's no way that you could have this problem, right, misrepresented and just think, because like when we first got on the phone, you were like, yo, people questioning my integrity. Why? Because I lie. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? Like, when you say that out loud, do you understand how ridiculous that is?
Yeah.
Now let me say this, right? I'm not trying to beat you up. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to beat you up. That's not what this is about. Wherever you are, you can move forward. You can make this better. You feel me?
I feel you.
It's just going to take some time. And I know there's something going on with your mom or your dad. There's no way that there's no way that you have this level of self-hatred for yourself without somebody raising you that way. But don't make your daughter, man, don't make your daughters go through that. I absolutely know that your childhood was probably more painful than you're willing to talk about, at least not on the live. But don't make them go through it, family, right?
Yeah, man, I'm trying my best, bro. Trying my best.
Well, no, you're not. But you are going to do it from this point on, yeah?
Yeah, like you said, the best thing about being a sucker is that tomorrow you don't have to be.
Exactly. And I can feel the pain. I can feel the trauma in you. I can feel you. I can feel it through the fucking internet. I can feel it. Also know something, dog. You today, like, whatever went on when you was a child, you're not a child anymore. Whoever hurt you and whoever mistreated you, they can't mistreat you anymore. You won't let them, right?
No.
So all the thing that you're hiding from, the fear, the pain that you got, man, nobody can do that to you no more. And I don't care if it was sexually molested. Nobody's going to do that to you no more. You understand that? Nobody's going to tell you you're not worth it. Nobody's going to they can tell you, but you can be different. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, go tell your wife you love her. And thank you for giving me beautiful children. And thank you for being such a good mother. And thank you for taking care of these kids. Like, you're such a great mother. Start with that.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if you, I'm just curious, where are you at right now?
I was just driving back from work, and then I was like, you know what, I got to make this call to Dante, so I stopped on the side of the road by Burger King to give you the call.
So let me ask you something. If you went home and looked at your wife and said, listen, I know we have a hard time and I've done some horrible things, but I'm sorry. I want you to know that I think you're an amazing mother and you take care. I watch you take these, and I don't say it often enough. If you went home and say that to her, what do you think she would do?
To be honest with you, I really don't know.
Well, let's find out tonight. Okay?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna give you that call. I'm gonna give you that call for that. But I can't even talk.
It's fixable, Will. It's fixable, okay? Even if the relationship is not fixable, your status or how you perceive yourself, how other people perceive you, we can fix that. It's fixable. And the most important thing is your daughters, right?
Absolutely. They're my number one priority, brother.
Okay. So let's get it, okay?
Yeah, man, I'll call you back next week.
Well, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm thank you, brother. Thank you.
I want you to know I'm proud of you for calling in, and I mean, you look at if you look at their the comments, the comments is with you. You got strangers. I'm looking at it. Do your best, man. Love TKO. You gotta love yourself. This is what I'm reading the chat.
Yeah.
So many dudes in pain. Good luck to you, brother. Love you, my brother.
Oh, man.
Forgive yourself for not knowing that you didn't know. Rise up to the challenge and be your best version of yourself. These are the comments. When you get out of it, when I post this and whatever, dog, you look at the comments.
Yeah.
Cause I know my people, my fans, the people that F with me, dog, they all trying to be better. And they know.
I'm gonna call you for that consultation, brother.
And they know that I'm watching them. Even when I'm not watching them, they know I'm in the back of their head watching them. You feel me?
Yeah, man. I feel you. Heavy.
All right, Will. Keep your head up, bro.
Nah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for everything that you do. I just wanted to give you your flowers. I've been a long time listener. Ever since Black Phillip, Beige Phillip, Man School 202, I had a family member that put me on to you, and ever since I've just been listening to your content every single day.
Yeah.
And I finally mustered up the courage to call you, brother. So I want to give you your flowers for everything that you do for not only for men but for women too, and just.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do that. We've had some sisters call up. I'd like to get more, but do me a favor, spread the word, all right?
I got you, my brother. I got you.
You got work to do. Call me soon.
I got you, man.
Later. Big shouts to Xavier Karina. Thanks for the $5 on the Cash App. Jeremiah Olivia, $10 on the Cash App. Nia the P sent me $100 on the Cash App. Thank you. Appreciate you. We're saving lives, man. Stop playing. You already know. It's a good feeling, right? It's a good feeling. I don't have $1,000 of baby oil. I don't have a white party. But I might have just saved a marriage and saved 2 little girls from being in to repeat the cycle. That's pretty dope. Priceless. Having 784 dildos. Interesting. 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Fantastic. Saving a life.
My name is Chandler.
Saving a life. Priceless. Chandler, what's going on? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Abington, Massachusetts, sir. How are you tonight?
I'm great, brother. How are you? What's going on? How can I help you?
Listen, man, I've been dating ever since I was 15. I'm 26 now, and the truth of the matter is that women just keep leaving me after a month of getting to know and be with them. And I keep trying to be nice, and I keep trying to be genuine and straightforward, but I don't know. It's either too much for them or there's something better for them out there, and I just want to know what I'm doing wrong, man. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Okay, let me ask you this. When you say I'm being too nice, if you say, so let me ask you this. What do they say when they leave?
When I get an answer, because honestly it's very few and far in between, it sounds like it's coming from a place of insecurity on their end. Because like a lot of them say like, oh, you know, you're so nice and you're so sweet, but I just can't do this for this, that, and the third. Or like my most recent girl, she left me for this ex of hers, and my head was spinning over this because I'm like, I had everything over this guy.
Right.
You know, just in terms of like character.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe that you had everything over him? So
yes, sir,
let me frame this for you before you answer.
Yeah.
You have been dating since you're 15. How many times have you dealt with somebody and then they just left?
I'd say 75% of the time.
Okay. So could we agree on the fact that affects your self-esteem?
Absolutely.
Okay. Could we also agree that possibly because that affects your self-esteem, that you maybe don't have the confidence in the relationship as much as you would because of that you're carrying this kind of baggage into the new relationship?
You know, it's funny you say that because that does seem to be kind of an underlying tone in a lot of these relationships. Like just casually, I'll mention like, oh, you kind of have this quality from this person I used to date this time ago. And I say it offhandedly like it's not a big deal, but they take it as a big deal.
Right.
And I keep wondering why that's so significant to women. Like,
but and how many times have you done that?
I would say it just as much as I would talk to one of my guys, which is when the situation calls for it. So there really truthfully isn't a number I can assign to that answer. It's just more of a matter of principle.
Let me ask you this. Did you grow up with your dad?
Yes.
Did you grow up with your mom?
Yes.
What kind of relationship did they have?
Very contemptuous. They were very angry at each other.
Okay. So there's a few things that this could be, and I mean, this is Chandler. I just want you to know, I'm leaving the one-on-one consultation up because this is another deep one. But I'm going to see if I can get your head above water a little bit, right?
Sure. I would
What
appreciate it.
what I think is happening is that you don't believe that you are worthy.
You know, I wouldn't disagree with that because I've been working with a mentor, and he's pretty much been preaching the same thing you preach, just maybe in a different language.
Yeah.
Something a little more Patrice O'Neill-like, as I'm sure you're well aware of.
Well, here's my thing. If you don't, you ever play poker?
Once or twice, but
you know what a poker tell is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing about truth is important because a poker tell is something that you don't really have any control over, right?
Right.
You can scratch your nose, maybe you tap your foot or whatever, and it is a result of your outward feelings kind of leaving your body, getting an opportunity, and then great poker players can read your tell, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So if you and understand something, women, and I've said this speaks to the empathy. One of the important things about empathy and having empathy for women's position, and their position is that, like I've said this before, anytime a woman goes out with a guy, exchanges numbers, has a social situation, right? She has to be careful that you're not a murderer, right? That you're not going to grape her, that she's not going to end up face down in some wet leaves in a park somewhere, right? So just that alone makes women super sensitive and intuitive. So as soon as they're very good at reading this, feeling the vibe of things and understanding, and so the subtext, they're good at reading the subtext. So like for instance, there's a thing that I call is a proximity rule. Like you go to a party and you look up and there's this girl, she's looking at you and you're looking at her, and then every time you look up, she's looking at you or whatever, right? And it seems like it's by accident. It's not by accident. And I'll tell you why. Here's how we know it's not by accident. Let's say you ever see a girl and a guy is being a real creep at a party, right? And how extensively does that woman avoid the creep?
Like depends on it.
Right. Like it's like he's got a plague. You know what I mean? So my point is the same thing is true when they like you. You'll have a woman that will be around in your proximity. Then that doesn't mean that she wants to jump into bed with you, but it means that she's comfortable with you in a way and she's making herself available to you, right? The same thing is also true that if you're a creep or she sees you as dangerous or that you might be a problem, she'll avoid you like the plague. Make sense?
Yes, sir. But could you define what a problem could be interpreted as? Because once again, I feel like
I'm not. Let me finish what I'm saying, and then you might not have to answer that question. My point is that women just have this intuitive ability because they have to have that. I mean, would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so but that intuitive ability, that ability to kind of read to read the poker tell also is great at reading when somebody doesn't think they're worthy. So if you don't think you're worthy, even if you don't think you're giving that off, there's a good chance that they're reading that. They're going, when they first meet you, they're going, oh, I like you. And you go, well, I like you too. And then with time, you give this subtext that tells them that you really don't like yourself and you don't think that you're worthy, or that you think that she's doing you a favor with with spending time with you.
I see what you mean. I definitely can admit to doing stuff like that.
And so that's what the problem. There has to be, and this comes from. And then the other thing that could be a problem. I mean, if was your mom hell on wheels? Was she a real problem for your dad?
They definitely nagged about each other to me a lot. So in a lot of cases, they would just complain to what they should have complained to each other about and talk things out to me. So I would just hear a lot of things like, "Oh, your mom is such a nag, and your dad is such a hoarder." And
So let me ask you this: how did that make you feel?
it made me feel very upset and insecure because, I felt like my parents were supposed to be a team. And ultimately, all I saw was that they didn't want to work with each other and would put their baggage on me, their firstborn son. And
right. But here's my point.
Yes.
That is how women feel about you.
Putting their baggage on them, you mean?
Yeah. And even if you're not directly putting it on them, what you're doing is you're giving off this energy that you're not worthy. Totally fixable. And then what happens is you end up a lot of times when men are in that situation, what they'll do is they date their mom.
You know what? It's funny you say that because I've been told I've been doing that by multiple people, which, obviously speaks
so understand this. Understand this. If people are telling you that's what's going on, and what we would have to do is build your self-esteem from the ground up. We got to figure out where the rub is, then figure out at what point in time that how we can fix that, how we can build that up. I mean, it's definitely fixable though. But I mean, okay. I think you're dating your mom. I think you have low self-esteem. I think that you have mimicked your parents and you're kind of a nag, just like they were a nag to you, because you've learned how to communicate with them, right? You've learned how to communicate from them, and because you've learned how to communicate. This is how you could. And so women go, "Oh, I like this guy, but he seems like cool," and then you screw it up.
Yeah, because I get told I'm very attractive, and I get told I can talk well, but then about a month in, just the lights turn off.
Yeah, because you've been telling them, yeah, I know you like me, but I ain't shit. I know I know I speak well, and but I ain't shit. And eventually they believe you.
Right. Because their survival depends on their intuition.
Well, understand this. How do women get to know you? You tell them. How do they get to know who you are? You have to tell them.
Right. So what would you recommend as like a self-confidence building technique?
I gotta put you through the plan. Lay the 5 bricks. You gotta lay the 5 bricks. Then we need to, this is not, I'm not, it's, put it like this. It's simple, but it's not easy.
Okay.
But we gotta, and then you have to make there's a bunch of techniques that I have. I had somebody shout it out, what I call armadillo. There's laying the 5 bricks. It builds the confidence. It's following the principles, not lying, maintaining your integrity, and having empathy. I mean, look, if you're whining and you're, and to be honest, I'm gonna say this, and this is no judgment. Your energy is sucking the life out of me.
Okay.
That I can feel that. And that's not a judgment. What I'm saying is you need to like yourself. You need to take up space. You need to act like you belong here. This is an open forum. The people in the comments, they're all supportive. We don't really get a lot of troll. Every once in a while we get a troll, but we don't get trolls. This is a movement where people are supportive and want to be better. You gotta want to take up space. You gotta think that you deserve, huh?
I know what you mean by that, Dante. I can feel my own energy. I know I'm off. I'm not exactly wanting to be in my own space right now. I know exactly
you don't like yourself, and you seem like a nice guy. You seem like a good guy.
And I I agree with that, but apparently that's not good enough to convince women or convince myself.
Here's the point. You are convincing them. You are convincing them deep down what you really think, which is that you're not worthy. The truth, you can't hide from the truth.
I agree with that.
And so if you don't think you're worthy, and this has been the way in which you communicate and you operate, that's what you're telling them. So even when they like you, you talk them out of liking you.
Yeah, it could just be a sense of self-destruction because, as much as I want to be a parent one day.
It's not could, it is what it is.
It is.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
Then I am self-destructive.
Yeah, you're screwing these relationships up because you don't think you're worthy.
Yes.
Do the one-on-one. Listen, book a session and we'll fix it. Okay.
All right, Dante.
All right, brother. Later.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too.
James.
To accept, press 1.
James, where you calling from, bro?
Talk to me, Dante. James calling from North Carolina. How you doing?
What the deal? How can I help you, bro?
Just been listening to the live, and young man that just called previously. It seems like he needs one-on-one.
But you give him I give him a taste, and then because there's got to be work done. You know what I mean? We don't get like that. We don't get like that in a day, and we don't get out of that in a day. Real quick, let me y'all don't forget I do a lot of bonus content on the Patreon at Manschool, patreon.com/manschool202. And please hit the Cash App, y'all. If you like what I'm doing, hit the Cash App. Come on. And don't forget, let's get the likes up. Please, everybody hit the like button on this thing, man, and the likes and the loves and the whatever. But how can I help you, family?
Yeah, no, I just kind of wanted to follow up on the previous caller. On the one hand, I was in the chat and just like watching what everyone's saying, and man, everyone is rooting for everybody that's calling in. So just generally speaking, thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you, because as someone who's called in myself, I see the appreciation. I see people like just supporting one another. So that's good, man. Just love to see it. But no. With the last dude, man, on the confidence level, it's just I really hope he didn't miss the earlier conversation that you and I had, because
he'll go back and he'll go back and listen to it. And if he doesn't, look, it is what it is. But I appreciate you giving him the support. But bro, I'm gonna do a couple more calls and then I'm getting out of here. All right?
I'm leaving you to it. Right on.
All right, family, easy. Love the support, but let's get this work done. I got one more call, and then I'm gonna shut it down. We did a half hour on the first, and then the reboot. We are now in. Let me just go over everything real quick. Let me put the number up. Yep. There's the number 929-269-4922. Let me put the Cash App up, please. The Cash App is $ Dante Nero. Come on, get in there. Where's it at? Oh, yeah. The Patreon is patreon.com/manschool202. Please support that. That helps. I gotta get a new computer because this is getting to be annoying. Also, if I've helped you and you like what you're hearing, please hit the Cash App me at $ Dante Nero, DANTENERO. Don't forget the one-on-one consultations at DanteNero.com. And if you don't got Cash App, you can hit me at the PayPal. PayPal donations at Modest Guru Inc. Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for calling in. Everybody in this, let me shout everybody out in the chat. Xavier, Noah, Dwight, Christian, you played yourself. Booker, Russ. What up, Russ? What's going on? Hit the Cash App, exactly. Likes and shares, please, everybody. And everybody who's not subscribed, please subscribe, man, so y'all know when I'm going live. You got to hit the bell. Chandler, what's going on? Ben, Carvation, Anthony Drasos, let's go Cards 04, JR. Everybody in the chat, yo, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for calling. I'm sorry about the technical stuff. Give me some money so I can buy some new equipment. How about that? Rennie Hernandez, thank you, bro. Hold on. What is going on here? Oh shit. Hold on. All right. Thank y'all so much for listening, man. We will be going live on Tuesday. I'll be live again. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get a notification on YouTube. The Instagram is the Dante Nero or the Real Man School. Twitter, it's Dante Nero. Or y'all know how to find me. I appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being so supportive. Y'all are dope as hell. Peace. We out of here.